I want to ask you about that Monday Night Football game and what you, as somebody who's been in this league for as long as you have, thought about the game and the number of points scored and the style of play and all of that, Coach.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, fun. I know what jumped out at me was speed. And what you originally start thinking about is matchups. We had the Rams in here. We practiced against them for 2 days here, so we got. It was great for us to work against those guys and all those talented guys and that great offense that Coach McVay's running. Of course, I've been with Andy. Was with Andy for 10 years, so it's fun to watch it. But really, from a defensive perspective, and that's where I'm coming from on it. You're just trying to figure out, okay, now how are we going to try to stop that? We do play the Chiefs in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to match up? What kind of coverages? How are we going to get pressure? Those are the things you think about. So, I mean, I don't think that there's going to be 50 points scored in every game in football because those defensive players have a lot of pride and they've got some talent. So, hopefully we can find a way to slow them down.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because there's a conversation this morning about the demise of defense in the NFL and how this is a watershed game for that, perhaps in this day and age where defensive rules are tilted towards the offense, or we're now in year 7 or 8 of a collective bargaining agreement where practice schedules, where you can't put guys in pads as much and there's not much fundamentals being taught because of that this is the culmination of all of that. What would you say to that theory?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there's some truth to all that, and definitely defenses had big advantage. If you go back to like the 70s and the 60s, the defenses did hold all the cards. I mean, heck, linemen had to hold their knuckles together, right, and block with their elbows. So a lot of these changes have been great, but I think the epitaph is being written way too soon on defense. One game does not, a history make, and we'll be, defensive coaches are going to figure out how to stop people and all that. And a lot of it has to do with the way the rules are interpreted, too, the way it's called from year to year. And, there are rules to protect the defenders from push-offs and things like that. So, I think as long as we stick with the rules as they're written and they're officiated that way, which they will be, and, we'll be fine. There's a lot of talented guys who can play defense. I mean, there are guys who can cover these guys. There are guys who can beat offensive linemen and get to the quarterback and sack the quarterback, or at least hurry him, and force the ball a little quicker. You saw that last night. I mean, that kind of turned the game, right? So I'm not too worried about defenses. It's week to week, man. It's a week to week league.
It is that. It's amazing. And again, I mean, you do have the number one defense in many metrics going into the Thanksgiving week. And I don't want you to give too much away, obviously, since you are taking on Andy Reid and the Chiefs in just a few weeks. But Rod Woodson always told me when the Wildcat was huge, or when different offensive wrinkles would happen, that just give defensive coordinators an off season and they're gonna nail it down. What do you think with this style of play could be the nail down on the defensive side of the ball, Coach?
Well, I don't think they're doing anything that's like new to the game. I mean, it's all concepts that have been run before, and I think they do a good job of attacking coverages as they see them, of getting you in the right coverage and going after them with certain routes, and just really executing really well with speed. So it's the combination of the quarterback play, the offensive line giving them enough time, and these receivers running fast, crisp routes. So the timing and the precision of the passing game has been so good. I mean, the Chiefs have a running back that's breaking tackles left and right. So, again, to me, Rich, it comes back to the players. I mean, the great thing about the National Football League, it's a players' league. So coaches will keep up. They'll find ways to neutralize each other's schemes. In the end, the players are going to make the difference. They're going to make the plays, and that's what the fans want to see. And really, that's what they saw last night. They saw great precision, great execution with a bunch of really talented, fast guys doing it. And that's what made it fun.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.